Okay, hi, it's Sunday afternoon, and just doing the little weekly video to review a little bit about week one and to introduce week two. Hopefully, uh, us here in the Northeast really have no idea, uh, direct ability to understand what's going on in Houston and there in the areas that were hit by the flood. But hopefully, all of you out there are out of harm's way and not going home to devastation. Uh, anyway, hope you're okay. Uh, let, Again, if you have any issues with the course or need to call me about anything, please just give a call. Uh, there's the phone number. Okay. Uh, okay. So week one, uh, I'm just I'm reaching. I'm looking over at my notes here. Uh, Right. So there were a couple of big takeaways from week one. One is to really recognize, understand, appreciate that nonprofits are businesses, and without money, they really can't do mission because it's the money that funds the operations that allows the nonprofit to maximize its mission. And so that directly then relates to the importance of setting and attaining an approximate liquidity target, that sort of cash reserve that's back there for the rainy day, sorry for the pun, so that the nonprofit can weather, again, sorry for the pun, weather the financial storm that's going to come sooner or later, and two, to be able to independently fund the pursuit of an opportunity when it arises. Okay. Uh, we also talked about, right. Oh, we also talked about how setting and maintaining an approximate liquidity target sometimes puts you at odds with the arbitrary metrics of excellence that are developed by either funders or watchdog groups, and sometimes at odds with those who would say, no, you really should be spending more today on services so that you can maximize um, your mission today. Tomorrow, we'll worry about that when it comes. Uh, and so the point here is that prudent financial management is sometimes going to put you at odds with various other stakeholders of the nonprofit, whether that be funders, outside watchdog groups, or maybe some of your operations people internal to the organization. Okay. The other big takeaway that you should have gotten from week one is that 75% of the nonprofit sector's revenues come from fee for services. Okay. And so the notion that nonprofits can uh, exist on donations and grants alone is really incorrect. And as Brinkerhoff said in his readings that we had, right, he would say that nonprofits earn every dime that they receive because, in truth, all donations and all grants really are conditional on the nonprofit doing something that the funder wants to have done. Okay? And so as we move then into week two, we're going to talk a little bit about, well, how do you measure the quality of nonprofit financial management? And the point here is that you can't use the old tried and true of the for-profit world, which is profit maximization. We really have to think about, well, the purpose of nonprofits is to maximize mission. So to the extent that your financial management decisions help you maximize mission, then you're doing a good thing. Uh, hmm, that's sort of still vague. So, two things that are really important then is that your financial management decisions and your financial management of the nonprofit has to adequately fund the operational activities that you have planned that you think will maximize mission, and two, it will sustain the financial viability of the nonprofit into the future. Okay. Uh, and so we'll be talking about how you actually can achieve those two main goals of financial management by thinking about the planning, implementation, and evaluation of what you're doing as an organization. And that this process really does lengthen mission, your operational strategies and activities, and your financial resources. If you don't think of the whole of those three things as being interconnected, uh, you're really sort of missing the boat. Okay. Uh, okay. Okay. And so, uh, in your readings this week in the Zietlow, the main text, uh, you'll you'll come across concepts and analytical frameworks that can help you think about those three things together: mission, operations, and finances. And in the quote supplementary readings, they're labeled as supplementary readings in the lecture, in the syllabus. They're required. There are various source materials that Zietlow talks about in his chapters there that you're reading this week. Additionally, there are two just really nice readings. One is by Collins, talking about the hedgehog principle that links mission, what you're really good at operationally, with a financial strategy that drives money into the organization, and an additional article by Woods Bowman. Uh, it's called Organizational Slack, and that might be particularly interesting because, given our discussion this past week of, well, how do you really determine how much you should be keeping in reserve versus how much should you be spending on current activities? It's not a it's not a heavy duty sort of text and reading, but it's really pragmatic and easy to sort of use. The tool he presents is really easy to use in terms of kind of determining if you're generally saving too much money, putting too much money in reserve, or spending too much money on current services at the expense of not really having reserves. Okay, uh, yeah, that's it. Down to number 8 here. So again, uh, here's the phone number. I'm actually traveling in the next couple of, well, actually the next 10 days starting on Tuesday. So hopefully the phone will work. I'm getting extended coverage, so it will work. But I'll be checking in regularly to also see how we're doing online. And I'll do another video next week as well. Okay? All right. Thanks, and hope you're all doing well.